Fine, good morning to you all students. Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and you all are doing well. I hope by God's grace you all are safe. So pray to God daily for your health, your studies, your food, your parents, each and everything. Okay students? So warm greetings to you all students. Welcome to our today's online class. So this period is computer science for you. So please all of you take your computer textbooks in your hand and please sit in a place and listen carefully what are things I am teaching. Okay students? So now we are studying about chapter 6. So what's the title of your chapter students? Control structures, isn't it? So before I am going to start today's portion, so just recall what are things I have taught at the last class. So last class we have studied about control statements, isn't it? So what are the different types of control statements students? Alternative statement, sequential statement, branching statement, looping statement, isn't it? So among that you have studied one kind of alternative or branching statement. So what are three different kinds of alternative or branching statement students? If statement, that means simple if statement, if else statement, if else if statement, isn't it? So last class you have studied only simple if statement. So what's the meaning of simple if statement? Simple if statement means you are giving, so based on the conditions, you are giving some conditions. So first it will check the condition. So if the condition is true means that true block, inside the true block, what are the things you are giving, the statement will execute. Isn't it? So there is no chance to check if your condition is false. So whether you will get any chance to check whether your condition is false? No. So that's the disadvantage of if statement, and also you have studied on example program. So to avoid that, so they have introduced next statement called if else statement. Okay. So what's the use of if else statement mean? So here both true block and false block will be there. Okay, if statement only true block alone there, so false. In case of false, there is no choice to execute statements. But here, in the case of if else statement, both true block as well as false block will be there. Okay, so if your condition, so you are giving some condition. So if your condition is true means the true block will get execute. Okay, so if the condition gets false, if your condition false means false block will execute. Okay, so here this is a syntax of your if else statement. Okay, so listen carefully. If statement, if else, if that are all very important questions. Okay, so definition, five more question if they ask means, two more question if they ask means you can write only the definition alone. Okay, three more question if they ask means you should write the definition along with syntax. Okay, five more question means you should write definition, syntax, then block, that flowchart diagram, then example program. Okay students? Okay, so now see the syntax. So what's the syntax student? First you need to give the keyword if, then inside the if you should give some conditions. Okay, so in Python, if as well as else, all the statement, if else statement ends with colon. Okay, so already you have studied no print statement, then input of statement this and all. So ends with what? Semicolon. Same way, if else, if else, all the statements and all ends with colon. Okay, so if inside that you are giving some condition, then you should give it symbol students colon. Then so you should give some statements. If the condition is true means true, some statements you should give. Then else. Okay, then else you ends with colon. Then you should give some statements. Okay, so statement block 1 and statement block 2. If your condition is true means this statement block 1 will get executed. Okay, suppose your condition gets false means your statement block 2 will get executed. Understood? Okay. So see, this is a flowchart for if else statement. So this is the entry of your program. Okay, this is a entry of your program. Then here you are giving some condition. Okay students, here you are giving some conditions. So the program will check the condition. So and also after checking the condition, so you two cases are there in the condition. What are the two cases students? Either your condition becomes true or the condition becomes false, isn't it? So if your condition reaches to true means statement block 1. Okay, so what are the statements you have given inside the block 1 will get executed. Okay, sometimes your condition get false. Okay, sometimes your condition get false means, so this statement block 2 will execute, statement block 1 will not get executed. Okay, at a time, so any one of the statement block will get executed. At the same time, two block will not get executed. Okay, students. So once this is entry of the program, you are giving some condition. So if your condition is true means the statement block 1 will get executed. Sometimes your condition is false means statement block 2 will execute. Okay, so after executing the statements, either true or false automatically come outside of the loop. That is the exit of the program. Okay, so in this if else statement, you can have the chance to check whether your condition is true or false. But if statement, there is no chance to check your condition is false or not. Okay, students. Okay, now we are going to study about one example program for this if else statement. Okay, so what is the program means? So you are going to check, you are giving some number. So in that number, you are going to check whether your given number is odd or even. Okay, so you are going to check whether your given number is odd or even. Okay, so for that, just a thing, first you need to enter some number. Isn't it, students? First you need to enter some numbers. Okay, so if you need to enter some number, so which function you should use, students? That means input. You need to get input from the user. So which function you need to use? Input of function. Okay, so in the input of function, you should assign with some variable, isn't it? So here you are assigning the variable a. Okay, student, to get the number, you are assigning the variable called what? A. Okay, so a equal to, so you are going to enter some numbers. So number means it's of data type, which one, students? Number means data type of int, isn't it? So you are giving the data type as int. Then, so you need to enter the number. So always if you need to get the input means which function you should use, students? Input of function. Okay, so data type is int, then you should open the bracket, then which function? Input of function. Then inside the input of function, you are giving enter any number. Okay, double quotes you need to open, then colon, double quotes you need to close. Then here two bracket is there. Here also you have open one bracket. Here the two brackets you need to close. Okay, so you are going to enter some number in the variable a. Okay, maybe whatever number, the number you are entering the variable in a. So the number is stored in which variable, students? Now a. Okay, so in this variable, the number you are storing in this variable, no, in this variable only you are going to check whether your given number is odd or even. So listen carefully. How you need to find the given number is odd means, listen carefully, particular number is divided by 2. Okay, so you are giving some number, that number is divided by 2 and you are getting the remainder 0. Understood, students? You are giving some number or entering some number, whatever number may be, that number is divided, the number will be divided by 2 and you are getting the remainder as 0. Okay, so if your remainder is 0 and that number is divided by 2 mean, you can say the number is even number. Okay, students, particular number is divided by 2 and you are getting the remainder is 0 means you can say that number is a even number. Okay, so I am giving the condition if, so what my condition? The particular number is divided by 2. So you are entering some number, isn't it? The number is stored in the variable which one? A. So you should divide which variable, students? The number stored in the variable A. So A divided, that means percentage, modulus operator already you have studied, no? So divided, that is percentage 2 double equal to 0. That means a particular number is divided by 2 as well as you are getting the remainder 0. So if condition always ends with which one, students? Colon. Okay, so see the line arrangement in Python, automatically the block if while automatically it will leave like this some space. Okay, so if you are not leaving this much of space means you will get error message. Okay, students, so inside that you are giving statement print. So if a number is divided by 2 and you are getting the remainder 0 means what's the number? Your given number is even number. So in which variable you are entering the number? A. So you can say A is an even number. Okay, then maybe it's a 5 or 6 or 7. Okay, else what's the next condition? So number is not divided by 2 means what's your next thing? Number is an odd number, isn't it? So next you are printing A is an odd number, else that is false condition. Understood the program, students, all of you? Okay, so now you are going to run this program. Okay, first what output you will get? Enter any number. So particularly the user is entering the number as 56. So it's odd number or even number? Even number. How we will find out the even number? Number ends with 2, 4, 6, 8 is 0, isn't it? So number ends with 6. Otherwise you can divide this number and at last you will get the remainder 0. So we can say this is a even number. Okay. So next, once again you are giving another one number 67. So whether the condition is true? No, the particular number is not divided by 2. So automatically the program will come to which part? Else part. Okay, so we can say this number is which one? Odd number. Understood, students? Understood the concept of if else statement? Same thing you have studied in last year also. Okay, the same program and same syntax you can also able to rewrite it in the same line. Okay, so multiple the last chapter you have studied no conditional or ternary operator. Sorry, remembering students that one. So what's the use of ternary operator? So avoid to write multiple if a statement. You can write all the things in a single line. Same way here also you can able to rewrite this if else statement in a single line. Okay. So what's the syntax means? Listen carefully. First you need to give the variable. Okay. Then equal to variable 1. Okay. So next you need to give another variable. Then if same. See, okay. Variable equal to another one variable. Then if you are giving some condition. Else. Okay. Variable 2. So anyway syntax you need to study. See the example, then only you will get understand. Okay, same program, last you are studying the same program, you are writing that one in single line. Okay, so listen carefully. What's the first line? Program to check whether given number is odd or even. First you need to enter the number, isn't it? So you are going to enter number in the variable a. So same thing, a equal to int of input, enter any number. Listen carefully. What's the syntax, students? First x first equal to variable. So I am giving the variable name as x equal to variable 1. Okay, I am giving the first variable as even. Okay, so listen carefully. Then condition even if what's the condition? When you will get the even, the particular number is divided by 2 double equal to 0. So number you have entered in the variable a. So a percentage 2 double equal to 0. Okay, listen carefully. So if the condition is true means which answer you will get? Even. Okay, then else. This is variable 2. Okay, so what's the next variable? 2 odd. Okay, if the particular number is not divided by 2 and you are not getting the remainder 0 means what answer you will get? Odd. Understood. So listen carefully. Next, so print a. So because why you are going to print a? You are entering the entering number is a. Is x. Why? X means either it will be the variable stored in x, the value of x either be even or odd. So you should call the variable x. Understood? Same program, but instead of writing 2 or 3 lines if else statement, they are giving in a single line. Okay, so now you are going to run this program. Okay, so what output you will get, students? Enter any number. So particular user is entering the number 3. So listen carefully. So next print a. So your entered number is a what? 3. Then is. Okay, so is. So you have given no is. Then x. So x, the particular number is odd or even? Odd. Even means you will get even. So understood the program, students? If else statement. So if else statement itself you can able to write the syntax as well as program in 2 ways or 2 methods. Okay, students? Okay. Then next one is nested if else statement. Otherwise we can call it as if elif statement. What's the meaning of nested? Last year you have studied nested. So this year also you have studied in eligible rule question nested. What's the meaning? Nested means one inside another. Okay. Nested function means one function defined inside on another one function. That is called nested. Nested block means one block defined inside another one block is called nested block. Okay. Here multiple if else statement. Okay. So multiple if else statement we can call this elif. Okay, students. Multiple if else statement we are called as what name? Elif. Okay. So why we are calling as elif means listen carefully. In some program or some situations you need to use more than 1 or 2 if else statement in the same program. Okay, students, in the same program itself you need to use more than one if else statement. So previously you have studied you are using if else statement once. Same time some conditions or some programs you need to use the if else statement more number of times. 2 or 3 or 4 times. Okay, so to avoid writing more if else statement you are using a statement called what? Elif. Okay, ELIF. What's the meaning of elif? Means multiple if else statement. Okay, instead of using multiple if else statement you are using a statement called what? Elif. Okay, see the syntax. So how you need to give means first you need to give if. So already you have studied in the same. If then condition. So you need to give the condition. So if means always ends with colon. Then already you have studied in statement block 1. Listen carefully. Then you are giving. So again also I need to give if else statement. Again also I need to give what? If else statement. So more number of if else statement you need to give means which keyword you need to use, students? Elif. Okay, one if statement I have given. So in this program, some programs I need to use more than one if else statement. So to avoid that one, I am giving the keyword called what? Elif. Okay, then same way giving the second condition, then colon. So here statement block 2, else. Okay, so the program always starts with if and ends with else. In between if and else, any number of elif or multiple if else statement you can use. Okay, students. So else also ends with colon. Then at last statement block n. That means last block. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Likewise, any number you can use. Okay. Any number of elif statement you can use. That it's not a problem. But if you are using more number of elif statement, the program always starts with if and ends with else. Sorry. Okay. See, this index also starts with if and ends with else. So in between elif you are using. Understood the syntax? This is very, very important question. Nested if elif or else statement. Okay, students. So how this program will check means, listen carefully. Okay. So if here, listen carefully, you are giving some condition. Okay, in the if statement you are giving some condition. So if your condition is true means, listen. So what are the statements you are giving inside this if condition alone will execute. So remaining things it will not execute. Okay. Sometimes even this condition gets false. Inside the if statement you are giving some condition, no? That condition gets false. So automatically it come to elif part. Okay, then elif you are giving some condition. So if the condition is true means what are statements you are giving inside this elif will execute. Else part will not execute. Then listen carefully. Sometimes the condition here also, first condition also false, second condition also false. So if your condition is false means automatically the else part alone will execute. Understood, students? Okay. So see this flow chart. So first you are giving some condition. Okay. So you in the if statement you are giving some condition. Okay. Listen carefully. If your condition is true, see this arrow mark. If your condition is true means automatically body of if. That means inside if statement what are the statements you are giving, that block will execute and it will come outside of the program. Okay. Sometimes your condition is false. Okay. If you are checking, no, the condition gets false. False means again it will go to the elif. It will not go to the else statement. It will enter in this what? Elif statement. Okay. So elif you have given some condition. So again it will check whether your condition is true or false. Your condition is true means, so inside elif what are the statements you are giving, that statements will execute. Okay. Sometimes your condition get false. False means only the else part will execute. Automatically after executing it will come outside of the program. Understood the flowchart, students? So elif means multiple number of or more number of if, that means more number of else if statement. So in a program there is no limit. Any number of elif you can use, but the program always starts with if and ends with else. Okay, students? Yes. Now we are going to study one example program. Okay. So using this nested if statement. Listen carefully. So listen. So here in a question they are giving some condition. This is a question, they are giving conditions. So listen. So particular student is scoring that you are going to calculate grade of the particular student. Okay. So particular student scoring, so greater than or equal the particular student's mark between 80 and above. Particular student score 80 and above means the score of the student is A. Okay. Then 70 and in between 70 and 80 means grade is B. Then in between 60 and 70 means C. In between 50 and 60 means D. Otherwise below 50 means grade is E. Okay. For that you are going to write program. Okay. For that listen. First you need to listen, think carefully. You need to enter the mark as well as, okay. So you need to enter the mark. So for that listen carefully. First you need to enter the two subject mark because you are comparing two things, isn't it? So for example second if you are taking means 70 and 8 like this, if you are comparing two things. So you should enter the two mark. Okay. First for that I am assigning two variables. So first variable m1 and second variable m2. Okay. So already you are studying same thing. Input enter mark in first subject. So you are entering the mark of the first subject. Then M2 input enter the mark in second subject. This is a number. So you are giving the data type as int. So which function you need to use? Input of function. Understood? This already you are studying, no? Okay. So next you need to calculate the average. Okay, if 5 subject mark means what you will do, M1, M2, M3, M4 and M5, like that you can write. Okay, here you are entering only the 2 subject mark. So what's the formula for calculating average? M1 plus M2 divided by 2, isn't it? So the average is given by the variable AVG equal to what are the variables M1 and M2. So M1 plus M2 divided by 2. Okay. Next, based on these conditions, you are going to write a program based on if, else, if. Okay. So what's the first condition? If condition is, so average, your mark is greater than or equal to 80. So condition, what's the grade? You need to print grade A. Okay. Then elif, how many conditions you need to check? See. So next you are giving elif. Next, what's the condition? Your average is less than or equal to 70 and greater than or equal to 70 and less than 80. What you need to print? Print grade B. Then next elif. So your average is the same. In question they have given no, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to 60 and less than 70. What you need to print? Print grade. Your grade is C. Okay, likewise each and so at last you need to type C. Listen carefully. Your condition starts with if statement and ends with else. So till D you have printed. So all the conditions you have checked. Otherwise only one choice. So what's the last? Whether you need to give any condition in else part? No. So you at last you need to give print. So your what's the last grade? Grade E. Understood the program, student? So now you are running the program. Okay. So what's first output? You will get enter mark in first subject. So here the user is entering the mark 34. Listen carefully. Then enter mark in second subject. Okay. So second subject mark is 78. Okay. So 34 plus 78. Okay. Then divided by 2. Okay. So add it 34 plus 78. What answer you will get? 112. So 112 divided by 2. So what answer you will get? 55 or something you will get. So 55 means, listen carefully, your answer is 55. Okay, consider your answer is 55. So first it will check whether 55 is greater than or equal to 80. Whether condition is true, false. Next, it is greater than in between 70 or 80. Condition is true, no, false. Next, in between 60 and 70. No, it condition is false. So your answer is 55. So in between 50 and 60. So which condition is true now? This condition. So what answer you will get? Grade D. Okay, so likewise you can type different marks and you can able to calculate. So understood the concept of if-elif statement, students? So if-elif statement means, so here how many conditions you need to check? Listen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 conditions. So in the case of like this programs, you can use what? Multiple. Instead of using multiple if-else statement, you can use a keyword called what? Elif. Understood, students? Okay, so today what all things you have studied? If-else and nested if-else, that is elif statement. Very important question. So today's study portion is if-else statements you need to study, as well as nested this if-elif statement you should study and write in your notebook. Okay, students, as well as okay, you study Zoom class. I'm giving different portion. Okay, you study. Once I have take this portion in the Zoom class, I'll ask you to write. Okay, students, very important question. Thank you, students.